Good morning. Goody bong. That right there is a trail of young hikers with a few chaperones. So I am, let's see, this is Saturday 26th, 28th, I can't remember. Memorial Day weekend. There's a lot of people out here hiking. So I only live about 12 miles from the trail currently in Frederick, Maryland, and I decided to come out and test out my legs again. It's been 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks when I got off the trail. So it's really fun. I'm glad to be out here. I'm putting in about a 7.5 mile day. I got to be back at my car at 12 noon, headed to my brother's birthday event. So I came into something Garvey shelter. That was 3 miles in from my car, and then I ran into a hiker there. There's a lot of section hikers out today, but this was a through hiker. Had stayed in the shelter, and he was feeling sick. He didn't look good at all. You know, he had pale skin. I think he's just got a virus or something. But I hiked away, and then I just couldn't stand leaving him there, so I went back, gave him my number, and told him I'd drive him off the trail if he needs it, because he was talking about trying to get to Frederick to a hotel. So anyway, I think his name was Tortoise. I can't remember, but I was thinking I couldn't do anything for him because I had to be at an event today, but then I was like, whatever, it's going to take me an hour out of my day. So good luck to you, buddy. Tortoise, I think, if I don't see you, but if he calls, I'll pick him up. So let's see. So my legs are cranking. I'm feeling some of the familiar pains in my feet after about 2 hours I've been on the trail now, 2.5. I've already put in like 6 miles, and so I'll be off the trail in about an hour. Probably finished with 7.5 miles, which feels really good. I'm wearing about half a pound of spider webs, but not as bad now since everybody's hiking. When I first started at 7 a.m. there was a ton of them. My pack is basically full pack, but I only have maximum 2 days worth of food, so I'm a lighter load because of that, and I don't have my 7-ounce battery pack, so I'm probably at about 30-pound pack right now. I gotta tell you, it feels so good to have a 30-pound pack versus 40. So in the future, that is the plan. Keep it lightweight. Really helps a lot for the hike. Oh shoot. I don't know why I'm making you stare at my ugly. Alright. So it's a pretty well traveled trail clearly, but we are out of Harper's Ferry. The trail goes a couple miles on the towpath, C&O Canal, Potomac River, and then it jumps up to this trail up the mountain a bit. It's only about I don't know, 500-600 elevation off of the towpath. I don't remember, but it's not that big a deal. But I almost ran up it. I mean, it felt so good to be doing this, sweating and hiking at my normal rapid pace. Seems to come natural to me, so really appreciate that I can still do this. After the trail sort of switchback, is a couple switchbacks coming up to an elevation, then it runs along the ridge line going north of, on the northwest side of Frederick, which I thought I could see the whole AT ridgeline from my house where I live, but I was looking at the ridgeline before the AT one, so I can't quite see it, but I'm only about 12 miles from the trailhead where I got on today, and then maybe 15 miles or so from Harper's Ferry. So 2 days ago I was in Harper's Ferry, and I was gonna hike, but I didn't, but I walked around town a lot, went to the AT headquarters, saw a number of people that had gotten their picture taken that I knew from the trail and had already passed through, and a few people that were video bloggers that I follow, so that was fun. And the AT headquarters is a place where you sort of blue blaze off the trail, and you just go, and you can sit around in there. You can look at a topographical 3D map. You can look at previous years' hikers. They have a lot of maps and information, and a bathroom if that matters to you. So glad I went there. I hadn't been there for probably 20 years, 25 years. I went there when I was younger, and it looks the same. So once again, happy to be out here. I left a note at the shelter for Venus and Rue and Naps and Dory. Don't know if they'll see it. It wasn't I don't think it was an official book, but it was a little tiny one that somebody left, and there was a bunch of entries, so I figured I'd enter me in there to say hi to them. They will probably be here definitely within the next 2 weeks, and I'm thinking probably next week around this time. They should be coming through Front Royal, and within 2 weeks probably up here, I guess. And so I'm going to be looking for them. So I'll videotape that and put it out so that hopefully I'll be able to spend a night or two on the trail with them. If I can find them, catch them, and keep up with them. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for this moment. There is a rocky outcrop up ahead. I'll give you a little glimpse of that view in a short while here, which will be flashed to the camera. So this is called the Weaverton Cliffs, and basically overlooking the Potomac River just prior to Harper's Ferry, and only about at the most a mile from the point of entry that I came in on today. So how beautiful is that? That way is Frederick. That way is Harper's Ferry. You can see the bridge off in the distance, right where the Harper's Ferry town is. Actually, you can see both bridges. Anyway, not a bad view. Alrighty. So I got the call from Tortoise. Hiker was sick at the shelter, so he made it the 3.7 miles north, called me, and so I went and grabbed him and put him in his hotel. All is well. Feels really good to give back to the trail like that, so I'm happy.
At the roundabout, take the third exit onto Ballinger Creek Pike.
There you go. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to pick him up tomorrow morning and take him back to the trail. So I think I'm going to hike again tomorrow, which is cool. It's looking like the rain is north of us and south of us. So for those who are at Harper's Ferry, it looks like they're missing the rain right now, which is kind of cool. All right, that's it for now. I think I may mix up tomorrow's video and keep it connected to this one, so see you tomorrow. This is really interesting. It's Crompton's Gap, and there are some very old buildings here. This archway is very interesting, and apparently there was a battle for Crompton's Gap, and Civil War battle, obviously. George Townsend, I guess, was reporting Lincoln's assassination. And there's 1862 Antietam campaign. But pretty cool. Coming out of that hill right there, there's a public bathroom that people can use, hikers can use. Trail comes right across here and across this field and back up that hill. There's an interesting structure over there, which I haven't been over to yet, but it's also a nice little pavilion if you just need to hang out, get your gear on. Anyway, pretty cool little area. Not the best weather, but I will probably do some reading up on the area here. Here's a little closer look. 1887 building. But pretty fascinating. So anyway, I just dropped Tortoise off here. He's back on the trail. Had 2 days of rest in the hotel, and he's feeling much better. So I think he has a couple friends he can catch up with. So he is all setting on his way. But this is a pretty cool place. Definitely nice that you're 10 miles north of Harper's Ferry, and you got like a public bathroom over there. You can just clean up and use the bathroom. And I think there is a shelter just north of here. So anyway, that's it for now. Alrighty, one last thing. The trail is just amazing. I really miss it. And one of the things that seems to happen is there's these magical moments that always come up, and just serendipity or something like that, synchronicities. But anyway, I just wanted to share that when I was just driving Tortoise back to Campton's Gap. Sorry, I'm picking my nose. We had a conversation, and we were talking about early on in the trail, and he'd started a couple days after me. But then he remembered actually he told me his friend's name was Hare, so it was Tortoise and the Hare. And I was like, hey, that rings a bell. And I was asking him if I had met him, and he didn't remember meeting me, but I thought maybe he did. And he mentioned being interviewed by somebody in a burger shop down in, I think it was Hiawassee. So I checked my videos, and sure enough, on day 9, we were in the little burger place in Hiawassee next to the Budget Inn where we stayed at, where we had the pudding, and it was really good pudding, and that's really what triggered the memory. But so Tortoise was I did interview, just said hi to Tortoise and the Hare in that place down in Hiawassee. And so it's just very synchronistic that I happened to be off the trail, and I just happened to go hike the trail 2 days ago for 5 hours in the morning, and I ran into Tortoise. I did not know who he was, but he was sick, and I took him to Frederick, and I just put him back on the trail this morning, and I didn't even realize it till now because I was looking at my videos, but he's gone. So I'm going to try to send him a message on his Facebook, and I can't remember his name. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get the message to him, but it was day 9, video day 9 on my Red Pill channel that I had interviewed Tortoise, and synchronicity would have it that I helped him get off the trail when he was sick and put him back on. So really cool, very synchronistic there, and I'm really just thought it was odd and unique and thought I would share it. So good on you, Mr. Tortoise. You're still going. I hope you catch your friends and have a great hike.